Welcome to Breakfast with Spaniels with Dr. Judy Morgan.
Come here. Right, that's all it'll do. So it doesn't matter what we're using.
Remember, you can purchase all of Dr. Morgan's products at her website at www.drjudymorgan.com. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good morning. So we've been having this ongoing discussion about video quality and resolution, and Facebook is nice enough to post all that stuff down below right now. And so we're actually streaming at the highest resolution that Facebook will allow. Unfortunately, sometimes that when we transfer it to YouTube or somewhere else, it's a little bit fuzzy. But I actually just looked at the metrics, and that's what I showed Hugh, and that's the max they allow. So interesting when you're trying to make higher quality videos, and it's like, that's all you can do. Anyway, good morning, everyone. It is just gorgeous out. I love these mornings going out and feeding everyone, and just there's no humidity. There's just a little chill in the air, and oh man, is it gorgeous. And the animals are really enjoying it as well. So Ivan is enjoying it. Oh, Ivan the mess. I got on a newsletter email list. Don't ask me how. For a natural pet veterinarian. And I only know that they're a natural pet veterinarian based on their email address, which says something like the name and naturally pet something. And so I thought, oh, well, this will be interesting. And I have no idea how I got on this newsletter list. So I said, oh, this will be interesting. Let's see what's in this newsletter. And believe it or not, it was all about grain-free diets and DCM. My God, why has this not gone away? So there were so many things wrong in the newsletter, like so many things wrong. And basically this natural vet was promoting that all dogs had to have, all of our pets have to have grains in their diets. Wrong. That grain-free diets cause DCM. Wrong. You know what causes DCM? Dogs with genetic issues that can't make enough taurine in their body and are not being fed enough taurine, or ingredients high in taurine. Kibble companies that have decided that pea protein is much cheaper than meat protein, and so they are decreasing the amount of meat in the food. It's a problem. Yeah, Neely, why? So, I'm reading this article, and there's steam coming out my ears, of course, and I thought, how? And of course, she quoted our friends from that university with that doctor who is paid by that pet food company. I'm keeping myself from getting sued here. We all know who I'm talking about. So she's quoting this, and I'm like, can you not do research past what mainstream media people are feeding you? Oh yeah, no, nobody can. So I couldn't help myself. I had to send a reply. Couldn't help myself. I said, I just have to let you know there are so many things wrong in this article that I don't even know where to start. But here's a good place to start. And I included a link to my blog, which included a link to a study proving that this whole DCM made up problem, and yes, there is a problem. Can grain-free diets cause or contribute to DCM? Yes, but it's not because they're grain-free. It's because they don't have taurine in them and they don't have enough meat and organs in them. They don't have enough products in them to supply a species-appropriate diet that our pets need. But is it because there's no grain in there? No. So, anyway, so I sent her that and said, a natural pet, a true natural pet doctor who is a holistic doctor is not going to push dry kibble on our cats and dogs. Sorry, just not going to happen. So our good friend Dennis, who happens to be one of the owners of All Provide, we all know who they are, or we should all know who they are. They are a raw pet food company that also makes gently cooked. And guess what? Raw foods are grain-free. So his big dog, I hope he doesn't mind that I'm talking about this, but his big Great Dane, who weighs about 165 pounds, he's big, he's gorgeous. He has dilated cardiomyopathy. He was just diagnosed. And it's a breed-related problem. Great Danes are known to have dilated cardiomyopathy as an issue. So are Irish Wolfhounds, so are Newfoundlands. I mean, Dobermans, there are certain breeds. It's a boxers, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a genetic problem, not related to their diet. It's a genetic problem. So Dennis needed to find a new veterinarian because the one that he had been going to and was more holistic didn't have full equipment to do x-rays, to get an echocardiogram, to really do the workup that the dog needed. So he found another veterinarian who was supposedly more integrated, which is awesome. And he really liked the doctor. But believe it or not, the doctor told him he had to feed grains to his dog. I said, Dennis, please tell me she didn't go there. Please tell me. He's like, oh, she went there. He's the owner of a pet food company, a raw pet food company. He doesn't feed grains. He doesn't need to feed grains. His dog is getting plenty of taurine in its diet. It's not just All Provide. Everyone is having supply chain issues. I was told that the price of pork hearts has quadrupled in the last couple of months. I had to order some canned cat food because I need it now for the barn kitties, and the prices have doubled in the last couple of months. I can't believe the amount of money I'm spending to feed the barn kitties who are out there to do a job. They're doing their job very nicely, but the price of everything is through the roof, guys. The supply chain is a mess. There's hundreds of shipping containers floating around in the ocean outside of our ports, unable to get in. We have labor shortages. We have supply shortages, supply chain shortages. It's a big problem. Is any human-grade kibble okay for a dog? I do not recommend feeding kibble. We do have a few animals who absolutely refuse. Not many. If you have to feed kibble due to pricing or supply chain or whatever, please get the highest quality that you can, and please add fresh foods to it in as big a portion as you can. That's one of the... Oh, shoot, I meant to bring the eggs in. That's one of the reasons we got chickens, so that we would have fresh eggs available for our animals. Maybe I should start feeding the barn cats a bunch of eggs. I could cook up a bunch of eggs for the barn cats, supplement their diet with something that costs me a little less. But yeah, this is a problem, supply chain in general. So we kind of have to get used to it, and we kind of have to get used to paying a lot more until things change. It's just where we are right now with a lot of stuff. I know that Dennis's biggest supply chain glitch has been with turkey. We used to use a lot of turkey for Shayna because that was the only thing she and Charlie both. It had something to do with all the heart meds and everything, but the turkey worked the best for them. Now the dogs that we have are like, yeah, we're really sick of turkey. We don't want any more turkey. So when I called Dennis and said I needed food, I said I don't need turkey. He said, oh, good. So, and for saying that all Provide is taking so long to deliver, it's not them. It's the trucks they put it on. Usually it's delivered by FedEx. I don't know if that's still who they're using right now. It's not the company shipping it. It's not their fault. It's the trucking companies who let it sit in their warehouses. I mean, it says right on it, it's frozen. Deliver it right now. Yeah, and it kind of depends where you live. If you're having something shipped all the way across country, right now, trucking issues, really a problem. Really a problem. So we can't blame the companies that are putting it on the truck. We have to blame the trucking company that it's sitting on, that they're not getting it out in a timely manner. It's really hard. That's why it's good to have backup plans, guys. Whether you have some freeze-dried on your shelf, some canned on your shelf, some chickens laying eggs that you can cook for the dogs if you're, between a rock and a hard place. Don't worry about, if you have to feed them something a little different for a few days. But supply chain issues are not going to get better over the winter. Stock up. That's why we have 4 freezers. I make you crazy. I've been stocking up a lot on everything, human and pet, because I don't want to be stuck in a situation where we can't get anything. Yeah, FedEx and UPS are both bad. It's just bad across the board. Our shears for the Fine and Dandy company come from Japan. Used to take 3 months to get them. Now it's like 6. And things just sit in port forever. So it's a big problem. All companies are having this issue. So we can't blame the companies. They're doing the best they can. Our FedEx on-time percentage has dropped as low as 60% on time. This is from Ashley Luke from Hair Today. 60%, the worst it's been since the start of the pandemic. With peak season going with the holidays, order ahead and have backup plans. Speaking of, I got to place a Hair Today order. All right, I'm adding that to my list of things to do today. Hair Today. Oh, where's my damn list? My lists just keep going. All right. The kids will be really happy if I get them some chicken feet and ground chicken feet. And I have so much fun playing with all the parts and pieces. I know most people think that's like a little nutty, but it is really fun to kind of pull out all the little packages and go, oh, I can mix this with this and this will be fun. And I make you a little nuts too. Anyway, Costco leased 3 shipping barges just for their products. Yeah. Then they got to have their own people to unload it at the port because getting into the ports is just crazy. So it's hard, really hard. So you have a dog on a hepatic RX diet that's cod-based, not sure what to feed when it's in short supply. I'd fill up my freezer with that as much as I could, but also look at the ingredients and say, how can I make that at home? Can I go buy some cod? Or another whitefish? Could I use canned sardines? Look at what's in there. And Wendy says they're still hearing the myth about DCM from customers every day at Dr. Harvey's, and it's frustrating. And manufacturing right now is very challenging. And you're going to see pricing going up. They have no choice. They're, like I said, pork heart quadrupled in price a couple months. So when the ingredient prices are going up, the product prices are going to go up. We just had a huge issue with our products coming from New Zealand. The shipping prices have tripled. It's costing a lot. And where does that money come from? So our supplier wants to raise prices, and then we're stuck with, do we raise prices or not raise prices? It's really hard. Is Fresh Pet, I do not like any of their products. They've had serious mold issues in the past. They do, the U.S. Postal Service, don't even get me started. Read ingredient labels. When you see rice bran or rice flour or carrageenan, binders, they're fillers, they're binders. That's not what you want in a high quality pet food. And you can also just put in the name of a food that you want to feed and with the word recalls. See how many recalls a company has had over time and see what the recalls were for. When you see a company that has repeated issues with mold, repeated issues with contamination, repeated issues with pieces of plastic and metal, probably should avoid those. If you see any issue at all with euthanasia solution, I'd avoid that company for life. Okay. All right, everybody have a wonderful day. Apparently, I have a really long list of things to do. What a shock.
Welcome.
Oops. Yeah, well. Welcome or goodbye. Everybody have a great day. I don't know if Gwen's on tomorrow or I am. I have to ask. Somebody tell me what my schedule is. Wow, getting your packages opened and stealing the contents. Oh, man. Well, I had 2 car payment checks to 2 different banks. I'm thinking stolen out of our mailbox. I don't know. I don't put anything in the mailbox to go out anymore. Kinda stinks. Alright, bye guys.